Okay, so here we are out in the park and I'm getting cold, and I have to tell you right off the bat, I lied to you. I've lied to thousands of people. I've taught lots of people how to cast, and I've been teaching roll casts forever. And I just recently looked at a bunch of videos online, and all of them were, a large proportion of them were bad. But I did see Bruce Richards, who is like, he's the ultimate in casting person that I think of. And he pointed out something that I do, but I haven't been telling my students to do, and it's one of those things you do naturally. So here's typically how I teach how to cast this thing, is I tell people to come back, pull the rod back until it comes up to their shoulder, and then cast. And I've been doing that for years, and the hardest thing for most people is to get to a point where they stop and then do the thrust and the cast forward. And what I realized that I do that's a little bit different, and I've never been able to verbalize it, is when you bring the rod back, bring it back farther. That gives you an extra foot or two of rope, of line back here. Then you do your cast. And what it'll do is it'll give you a little bit more run. See, I typically go back and then I come back here. And I didn't notice I was doing it until I was videotaping it. Come back, you stop, you wait for the D-loop back there. But what I've been doing is I pull back a little bit more when I'm coming back. Then I come back and bring it up to around right about at your face. Wait for a few seconds and then push and then do the roll cast. So the roll cast is basically come up, cant a little bit off to the side, not a lot, but just a little bit, but keep going until you come back to about here. Then bring it back slowly, stop, and then do the forward cast. So instead of just stopping here, you just come back just a hair more and then slowly bring it back and then cast. So in one motion, it's basically coming back to here, bringing it up to here, and then casting. Okay? That's pretty much it. Not much more to it than that. All right?